boring books written beneath my bed. I wrote or read them all when searching in the swamps. Still can't find how to hold my hands. And I know you need me in the next room over. I'm stuck in here all paralyzed. 4 months I got myself enraged. Too much time spent in mirrors framed in yellow walls. Ain't it like most people out know different about things we don't know about? Ain't it like most people out know different, like to talk on things we don't know about? Good evening, good people. Happy Tuesday. No rapping. There's no need for that. There's no need for rapping. You don't have words. Sure, everything rhymes when it all sounds like rah. You know? I mean, part of the whole thing with rapping is you know good words. You know words good. You don't. He's a dog. He doesn't know words. So I'm not being speciesist. If he gets better at words, he can rap. I don't mind him rapping. But he's got to get basic grasp of the English language, you know? What, are we supposed to wait around until AI can speak dog? Oh, yeah, well, we'll probably have that, but that's not the point. You're feeling nervous, aren't you, boy? With your quiet voice and impeccable style. Don't ever let them steal your joy and your gentle ways. Keep them from running wild. They can kick dirt in your face, dress you down, and tell you that your place is in the middle when they hate the way you shine. I see you tugging on your shirt, trying to hide inside of it, hide how much it hurts. Let them laugh while they can. Let them spin, let them scatter in the wind. I've been to the movies, I've seen how it ends. Every joke's on them. You get discouraged, don't you, girl? It's your brother's world for a while longer. Kind of a devastating line. You gotta dance by the river, da-da-da-da-da stream. Call it living the dream, call it kicking the ladder. They come to kick dirt in your face, to dress you down. Wait, to kick dirt in your face. Da-da-da. After carrying your baby on your back across the desert. I don't know those words. What'd you do last night? I watched some old guy try to remember words to a song. How long did you watch him for? Like 2 hours? What are you doing with your life? I don't know. I think I need help. Sitting in this lonely town, wondering when things are gonna change. Dream my life away, seems these dreams have turned to a bunch of dust clouds. Get my nerve up, with my past is pulling me down. That's funny, Silver Fox. Last night I watched an old guy with a pink fuzzy bow on his head. Somebody told me once before, he said you can never go home again. Won't you leave? Said the things to steer me away, yeah, of the truth of who I am and what I believe. So I thanked him for his 2 cents with a handshake and some sympathy, yeah. Packed up my blue jeans and headed for this big prize of my freedom. Bye-bye, black sheep, to the black sheep of the family. Bye-bye, oh, it means so very much to me, yeah. Bye-bye, black sheep, to my friends and my family. Bye-bye, I gone off and set my soul, set it free. Oh, good people of the TikTok, good people of the TikTok. I actually have some fun ideas for tonight. I don't know if they're fun ideas. We're going to dig deep into MidJourney, which I said we were going to do last night, but we're actually going to do it tonight. And rather than just say, here's how to use this tool and just do my normal sort of process vomit, where I just like move really fast and do shit, I'm going to actually try to figure out where I'm switching modes. So when we talk about agility, human agility, the ability to have aptitude for generative AI, it isn't really about skills. There's some skills in there, but probably for the next 3 years, maybe the next 5 years, the real skills are not going to be, I took a course on MidJourney, the real skills are going to be things like critical thinking and curiosity and adaptability and drive and curation and taste, judgment, being able to adapt, right? I mean, imagine taking a course, taking a workshop, and getting really good at building a particular kind of automation. And then a version of AI comes out that just does that automatically. Well, if you're rigid, it's going to wreck you. So you're going to have to be flexible and adaptable. And I think because of my neurospiciness and my ADHD, I kind of naturally do some of these things. So it's not natural for me to articulate them or figure out, oh, that's where I'm being creative or curious. That, where are these different modes? But what I do know about generative AI is that there's a lot of mode switching. There's a lot of switching back and forth between right brain, left brain, just dicking around, to going in and actually doing things with intention. And then there's a lot of discernment and judgment and taste and curation. Freedom came my way that night, just like a jet plane, in and out of sight. I was hauling ass at 1,000,000 miles an hour, wondering how hard I'd hit when they came into the station. They said I was bad beyond repairs, but I got no qualms with my situation. Say, here I am. So say, Cherie, 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 won't you dare to say, Cherie, 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 won't you dare to say, Cherie, Cherie, Cherie. Call Me Al sent a gift. Thank you for that. If other people sent gifts and I didn't see it, sorry for that. But thank you for anyone sending gifts. Much appreciated. Unnecessary. That's a nice chord progression. Champy, you want to sing it? You want to sing? Cause you in sorrow, didn't mean to cause you any pain. Only want one time to see you laughing. Only wanna see you laughing in that purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. My dog is barking. She can't tell if that's just Champy singing. Purple rain, purple rain. Only wanna see you laughing in that purple rain. I guess we could get started here. I have a dragon egg, so we're okay. We're gonna be all right. Got the dragon egg. I got the button.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
I don't know if you knew this. You can make money with ChatGPT. Like, I got this button thinking it was a joke. It's not a joke. You can make money. What you do is what you say to people is you can make money with ChatGPT, and then you sell them a course on how they can make money with ChatGPT. So you make it's not making money with ChatGPT. It's making money talking about Chat. It's kind of like Tony Robbins, but for ChatGPT. If you just come to the one free seminar, the 3-day weekend getaway is going to change everything for you. It's just the $15,000. Just give us the $15,000 for the 3-day seminar, and
You can make money with ChatGPT.
it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. So we're going to do that. We can make money with ChatGPT if you want. So what I would like you to do, my name's Kyle Shannon, by the way. I'm a bit of a smartass, if you don't know that. That's one of the deals. Sometimes I say things as if they're serious, and it's kind of like it's a joke. I think I learned that from Letterman back in the day. He just had that dry delivery where he would say just stupid shit straight to the camera, cold. Cracked me the fuck up. Thank you for the joy you bring. The pink bow screenshot is in my camera roll. Thank you, Daisy May. I could go get the pink bow if we need to. So if you missed it last night, what are you doing with your life? You should have been. Okay, first of all, if you don't come here every night, it probably means you're mentally stable. If you don't come here every night, this is very Forrest Gumpian, this show. Thank you, Silver Fox. It's very Gumpian, right? Life is like a box of chocolates. Yeah. Never know what you're going to get. Yeah. Last night you got pink bows. You got Fat Man and a pink bow. It's kind of like you're funny sometimes. This is my theory on comedy. Shoot every shot. Try to, any joke that pops in your head, put it in the world. 9 out of the 10 of them will fail. But it's that 10th one, man. You're just going for the buzz. You're going for the adrenaline hit. I made it funny, crack people up. Most of the times I just crack myself up at how absolutely ludicrous the attempt at comedy was. That gives me great joy. The other thing that gives me great joy is when I'm being stupid for an extended period of time, knowing that people are flicking through TikTok and they stumble upon me acting like an idiot and they're like, what is this? I don't know what it is about that. That gives me, I think that's the most joy I get on this channel, is just knowing that I'm fucking with people sometimes. I haven't been doing enough of that lately. We got to get back to that. One of my favorites, whenever I'm trying to figure out something on TikTok, one of my favorites is hey Marge, yeah, hey, how do I know if TikTok's on? So On the what? You put it on the what? If I can see my face, it's on. I'm right here. That means it. Oh, they can see me. Oh. Who are they? Uh-huh. You know? Isn't that fantastic? Someone's just flicking through TikTok. They're like, oh, that poor old man. His poor wife. Source camp in the house. We can start now. Thank goodness. Marge is always so helpful. I'll tell you what, if it weren't for Marge, this channel wouldn't exist. Because you know what it is? She volunteers down at the library. She volunteers at the library, and the kids down there, they teach her about the TikTok. They teach her phrases like on fleek. She came home the other day and she was like, you know, you're on fleek. And I was like, how dare you? I put a bomb on that. Library. Oh, good Lord. If you can avoid it, just don't age. But listen, not for nothing. Have you heard about LEV? You going to be LEVing? Anybody know what LEV is? If you don't know what LEV is, you're going to die. Everybody's going to die, Kyle. Not if you hit LEV. Life, escape, velocity. That is the theory that if we can survive the next 5 years, 3 years, 5 years, probably more like 5 years, AI will have cured aging. And then we can just be like fucking zombie vampires. How old are you? 132. Good Lord, you don't look a day over 70. Two Block Tom's in. I just uploaded my consciousness to the cloud. Perfect. Oh, I'll just upload my consciousness to the cloud. That's actually something I'm deeply fascinated in right now, is the whole idea of digital twins and what you choose to represent yourself and how you represent yourself. And I know the digital twins that Meta just put out, they kind of look at all your posts that you've ever done, so they create kind of a thing that's based on you, based on all your posts. We're coming into some weird times. No aging, almost 8 billion people on the planet right now. AI better figure out space travel too, or we're effed. I don't know if we're ever hooked. If you listen to Musk, he's like, you know, we're not making enough babies, so we're fucked. He's trying to single-handedly populate the planet. The cloud would break if I uploaded my consciousness. Oh, that's not true, Corey Sandler. You're very sweet. You would make the cloud a much better place. This year's X Prize is a longevity competition. Yeah, like the Lev people are quite serious about this. I mean, there's actually a dog right now that it was a 12-year-old dog that had some shitty form of cancer, and they gave it this longevity pill that caps the telomeres in your DNA. So apparently, I don't know enough about this shit, but apparently on the end of your DNA are these things called telomeres, which are like caps that keep them from unraveling. And as you age, those things get shitty, and your DNA unravels, and then all hell breaks loose. Well, apparently they gave this dog some fucking pill that caps the telomeres, or caps the ends of the DNA. I don't know, whatever the fuck it does. And like reverse the cancer, reverse the aging. And now it's like a peppy young spritey doggy again. So apparently that's going into some sort of human trial now. It's getting weird, people. So I think what we'll do tonight, we're going to talk about the information put out an article today on Project Strawberry, also called Project Orion, which Jimmy Apples talked about in November of 2023. November of 2023. Do you remember that month? Do you remember what happened in that month? That was when they fired Sam Altman. So apparently OpenAI has had this reasoning engine for some time now. And I'm guessing that's why Altman got fired. And so anyway, that thing came out today. So it looks like OpenAI is using this reasoning engine to generate synthetic data to train GPT-6. So apparently they have GPT-5. They've got this Orion Strawberry Q-Star thing that's a reasoning engine. And apparently it's all, rather than releasing it, they're using it to generate synthetic data. So if you don't know what synthetic data is, like with normal ChatGPT, they went out and they used all these illegal web scrapers that just scraped all the data, and they scraped it behind paywalls, and they all of them did this, including OpenAI, and so they scraped all the data. Well, they're running out of data, and so what they're doing is they're making new data. They're using ChatGPT with reasoning to generate data to train the new systems. So I don't know what the hell's going on. But anyway, it sounds like fall of 24, which, next week is Labor Day? Is it Labor Day, right? Next week's Labor Day. And then we're in the fall. So maybe in September, maybe in October, we're going to get a new model from OpenAI that's going to be pretty big, pretty amazing. And it's going to change a lot. So that story's got a little bit of meat back on it, because the information is a well-researched rag. So I don't think we need to talk more about that, because there's nothing really here yet. But if you're curious about it, go look up Project Orion. Let me see what the... Oh, this is cool. Hold, please. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to change the subject. All right. Let me go find... What is going on here? Reload. The hell is happening? I have no idea what's going on here. Close that. Close that. Close that. Go to my profile. So I'm going, if you want to follow along at home, Please follow along, but always remember, no wagering. All right. So if you go to my profile and go to my articles, this is an article that I wrote with Kevin Clark called Rise of the Agile Human. And the intent of this article was really to be for people in larger companies to be able to identify who within their company is going to be good at AI, at generative AI, right? Making AI, building AI systems, that's still going to be engineers and things like that. But the generative AI stuff, the stuff that all of us get to play with it, who's going to be good at that? And as this stuff gets more and more powerful, and it starts to automate the tasks of a lot of the jobs, a lot of the workers, you may not need as many workers. Or you might be able to make more shit you make as a business with the same amount of people. But if you don't need as many people, who do you keep? Do you keep your most skilled workers? The ones with the skills like copywriting and data analysis and things like that? If the AI is going to be able to do that? I don't think so. And so what this article is about, who are the people that are going to really do well? And what's cool about this list is that this list of components of being an agile human is that these are learnable things. Some people are more naturally like this than others, but even if you're not, these are things that you can develop. And so the components of this way of thinking: curiosity is one of them. Are you curious? Are you looking around trying to find stuff? Are you noting it? Are you paying attention? Are you showing up to the AI Learning Lab night after night? Why would you do that? Well, because maybe something will show up here that you're like, I hadn't seen that. Holy shit, that's cool. Drive is another one. What motivates you? Are you motivated? Are you someone who likes figuring shit out? Are you someone that likes solving problems? Are you someone that has ambition to take things to the next level? I think that's going to be a requirement. As if everything changes, it's going to be really easy to sit back and go, fuck it. I'll just let them figure it out. That's going to create a world of hurt for people. Creativity is another one. Are you creative? Are you thinking like, well, how can I look at this in a different way? Critical thinking. Right? Critical thinking. Are you thinking about, why are we doing this? What are we trying to accomplish? Who's the audience here? What do they want? What's our business? What does it need? Right? Discernment, taste. We already live in a world. If you've done any kind of creation with generative AI, any amount of it, what you quickly realize is that you get completely overwhelmed with the options. You get completely overwhelmed with, here's 37 drafts of that paper in 15 minutes. Here's 472 images, all of which could be good enough to be the cover of your book. Which one do you choose? Right? So discernment, taste, judgment. How do you make good judgment in complex situations? How do you make ethical choices when there's no good, clear path forward? Do you have good judgment? And then the final one is adaptability. Do you have the ability to let it slide off your back? You put 2 weeks into building that automation, that all of a sudden it just is now a feature in the large language model that you use. Do you go whine and cry in the corner? Nope. Well, you can. Not going to serve you. So what I thought would be cool, let me see, how do I want to do this? I want to grab these words. Let me just go right. I'm going to go, hang on, people. Let's do a plus. Let's do a the agile human. I'm looking for a man in finance. Trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes. The agile human. Aptitude over skills. Aptitude over skills. So we've got curiosity. Drive creativity. Drive creativity. I may add to these as we start really working through these and exploring these. Critical thinking. Discernment, taste. Oh, nice origami thing. Thank you, Jay Chillo. And then judgment and adaptability. So, if you manage people, think about who in your organization scores high on these components. And think who scores low. You may have someone sitting as an administrative assistant that is like world class at these, but don't have skills. They went to junior college. They didn't study whatever the high paying jobs are in your company, but they're really good at this shit. That would be a good person to upskill and give them access to AI and put them on committees. And if you've got someone who is the most talented at a specific skill, but actually is really shitty at a lot of these, that might be someone you keep an eye on as AI evolves, because if they don't move into this space, they're going to be less and less valuable over time. And then for yourself personally, where are you? Do you have natural curiosity? Are you constantly like, oh, I'd like to know that, I'd like to know that? That's something you can develop. I gave an exercise 2 days ago on my TikTok channel that was like, or was it yesterday? No, it was 2 days ago. Or maybe it was yesterday. I don't fucking know. Doesn't matter. To go out and have a conversation with ChatGPT about a topic you know nothing about. You could do that every day. You could do that every morning. Jim Ross, who's in this channel quite a bit, every morning, this is Drive. Every morning, Jim Ross spends an hour. Who's Jay Chillo? Thank you so much for the roses and the gifts. Anyone who's given me gifts, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Jim Ross every morning spends an hour creating shit for his business using AI tools. He doesn't know what he's going to do, but he does it like brushing his teeth. That's Drive. He's also super adaptable. He's also got good critical thinking skills. He's thinking like, okay, I need to do some marketing. I've got these AI tools. What could I do? Well, I don't know. So he asks ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT gives him options, and he's constantly thinking about, how do I move these Lego blocks around? So what I thought would be kind of fun is, let's do a deep dive into MidJourney. MidJourney, if you don't know what it is at all, it's an image generation tool, and it's, in my opinion right now, still the image generation tool. It's the best of what's out there. Now, there's some new competition. There's Flux, which is an open source model that's showing up in all sorts of tools. There's a new thing that came out today on FreePick called Mystic, which is apparently a MidJourney killer. Every new model that comes out, they're like, this is the MidJourney killer. But they're still going, this is the MidJourney killer, right? Just like everyone else is going, this is almost as good as ChatGPT. But it's not, right? Well, in some things it is good. It's definitely, in some benchmarks, it is definitely nearly as good as the ChatGPT. So as long as they're being compared to you, you're still the leader. So people are still comparing shit to MidJourney. And MidJourney, as of last week, made their website. So it used to be, if you wanted to make images in MidJourney, you actually had to learn Discord, which is like a shitty Facebook for gamers and NFT bros. And you had to go into this toxic cesspool of broness and make images using command line. You'd go /imagine and then --AR for aspect ratio and then 16:9. You had to type shit. You had to type shit like a fucking programmer to make pretty images. And so you don't have to do that anymore. You can do it on the web. Now, they did have a free trial for about 3 days, and then they shut that shit down. So if you want to play on MidJourney, you do have to spend, I think, $10 a month is the minimum. But we're going to go play on MidJourney. And I'm gonna keep bouncing back and forth to this list because I want to look at this tool in a new light, in a way that I don't normally do. The reflection from that lamp is bugging me, but whatever. So I don't know if you can read this, but I'm gonna have to make it a little bit brighter so I can read it. Okay, so here we are in MidJourney. The main panel here, when you land on MidJourney, once you let's actually, you know what? Let me log out of this and let me show you something. Okay, when you come to MidJourney, you're gonna see this. Scale AI lays off all of its contract workers Monday. Interesting, fascinating. Thank you, Mufasa. Fascinating. Huh. Okay. You come here and you're like, isn't that like 1980s ASCII art? Yes, that is it. And then there's like documentation, explore. What happens if I click explore? Okay, that does take me in there. Interesting. All right. And now I can log in from here. And I can either continue with Discord or continue with Google. Continue with Google unless you have a Discord account. If you have a Discord account, then you can just authorize it with your Discord account. That's fine. And then that's going to take you into the website. So you've got your Explore tab. So what you're looking at here are things that other people are making right now. So this is shit that's being made. So you can scroll down. I think any one of these you can click on and see details about it. Yeah, here's the prompt of it. You can like it. This says Chaos 10. Does that say Chaos? Sorry, I got to brighten things up. This says aspect ratio 3.4, version 6.1, stylized, rating of 250. You can like it. You can search for other things. Here's who made it. So if you wanted to do something like that, you could actually copy their prompts. That's pretty slick. So there's all that. And then there's create, which is where you make your stuff. So here's images I've made. And what's staggering about MidJourney is just the speed and the speed with which you can make stuff, but the quality of it is just mind-bending. Like, look at these things. And you can take any one of these into one of the video generation tools and turn them into videos. So that's that. Then there's an organize tab, which I have not even ever played with. So we're going to play with that. Then there's a chat area. So general chaos. So I guess this is people just sharing what they've done. There's prompt crafting chat. There's a daily theme. There's an area for newbies. So these are chats from the Discord basically. And there's tasks where you can do image ranking and a bunch of different things. Okay. So let's go back to create. So the way you create in MidJourney is you have this prompt box, just like you've got prompt stuff everywhere, and then you have this little what are these called? Sliders. It's like a little slider icon. So you click on that, and it opens up this whole. See, you used to have to do all this with code, right? So here's your aspect ratio, square, portrait, right? And it even says, like, here's 16:9, there's 2:1, there's 4:3, right? So now you can just sort of slide things around. Then there's stylization, which goes from 0 to 1,000. There's weirdness, which goes from 0 to 3,000. And there's variety, which goes from 0 to 100. Why these have different values, I don't know. But in general, if you keep these things low, things will be more predictable. If you keep them higher, they'll be less predictable. Then you have the model that you're in, so you can switch between different models. You can go all the way back to MidJourney 1 and all the way up to 6.1, which is the latest. You can turn on personalization. You can put it in standard mode or raw mode. You can put it in different speeds. So lots of cool stuff to play with. So, back to our attributes. So, curiosity, like just digging around the interface like we were doing, that's good. Drive. There's a lot here, right? There's a lot. Like you scroll through all this, you click on this, you see someone's prompt. There's buttons down here. There's buttons. There's a lot. So if you don't know what you're doing here, even with this relatively clean interface, it can be kind of intimidating. And the thing about all generative AI is you got to come up with a prompt. Right? And that's fucking exhausting. So you got to have some drive to be able to do this. Creativity, we haven't even started that. Critical thinking, we haven't really gotten there yet. We're just kind of learning. Discernment and taste, we'll get to. Judgment, adaptability. So the adaptability one's interesting. If you've played around with, for example, with ideogram, which is a really simple interface, and then you come here, where it's more complicated and things are in a slightly different place, you might know what you're doing, but if you want to get good at it, you have to be adaptable, right? So, okay. So let's go back to our create tab. Let's go make some images. How can we do this? Well, one of the cool things about MidJourney is that however they did it, it seems to understand both complicated prompts and really simple prompts, like single word prompts. And so I can just come in here. Let's see. We're going to go in. We'll pick an aspect ratio. We'll do 16:9 because that's most PowerPoint presentations are 16:9. Your TV's 16:9, so it's a good all-around aspect ratio. And I'm just going to type in a word here. Let's go grab one of these words. Let's do curiosity. So I'm just going to use curiosity as the prompt with nothing else. Let's see what it does. What's the difference in your definition of discernment and judgment? That's a really good question. Discernment is more like taste. Like, do you have good taste? Judgment is more like solving a problem, looking at, you know, the ethics of something, things like that. So one is more about curation, and one is more about navigating the space. And I need to get more clear on those two. As I said, I think I might evolve these terms over time. Because I think the difference between taste and judgment feels more clear than discernment and judgment. Okay, so with just the word curiosity, MidJourney came up with that, and that. They're all kind of dark and weird. They're all kind of cool. Neat. So I'm going to show you one other thing now. If you go to Twitter, depending on who you follow, as you scroll, you will see things like this, where you get a bunch of images in a similar style. And if you look at the tweet, it usually says --sref and then a big long number. So the sref is a MidJourney thing called a style reference. And I think the style reference is one of the most powerful things in MidJourney that can allow you to really explore what MidJourney makes possible without having to do too much thinking. And so I've got a site that I use called My Mind, where I can, if I go into Twitter and I'm scrolling around and I find something that I like, I just copy this link and I go into My Mind and then I paste it into this little box right here and I hit submit, and it adds a card to this whole long list. And so you can see here as I scroll down through here, I've got tons of these style references in here. Now, like a good ADHD person, I dump all these in here. I almost never go back and look at them. Like, I'm a digital hoarder, right? So this is a really cool piece of software to digital hoard in. But like, there's things in here that are really amazing. So here's one, sref 5972. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to grab that sref, and then we're going to come back to MidJourney. And the way this works is we're going to do same prompt, curiosity. And then I'm going to go --sref 5972. And what this should do is generate 4 images that kind of look like this style. Now, the thing about srefs is I haven't played around with this enough to know what's Sometimes these things work brilliantly, sometimes they don't work at all. That's the adaptability, but they work pretty good. Look at this. Curiosity. That's actually a fucking killer image. Brilliant. That looks like curiosity to me. So now let's go. I have an idea here. What's the next one? Drive. Drive. And then we're going to... So one thing you can do is, if you have a previous image pulled up and you click on... Here it says SREF 5972. If I click on that, it actually adds it to my prompt. So now I'm going to do drive as a set of images. And now I'm going to do creativity. I'm going to add in that SREF. I'm going to do critical thinking. Add in that SREF. We'll go taste. Judgment. And adaptability. So now, let me go back to our words here for a second. So where I just flipped. So when we first got to MidJourney, I was kind of in curiosity mode. I was poking around all the different things. I had enough drive to go there and stick it out, even though it was kind of intimidating. And then I was like, oh, we're talking about curiosity. So I put curiosity in as a word, and that got kind of interesting. And then I was like, oh yeah, style references. Let's go look at SREFs. So now I'm starting to do things like, that kind of lives in the judgment area, right? Or adaptability or critical thinking. Of like, okay, let's see if we can make curiosity look a specific way. And we did. And then I said, oh, let's do all the words. And so what AI is allowing me to do is very, very quickly context shift between these different modes of being. And people who are good at AI can switch really quickly between these different modes. And people that try to control it or try to hem it in or try to make it behave exactly like how they expect computers to behave, they get really frustrated and they tend not to be good at AI. Because AI is not behaving the way computers have ever behaved before, right? It's got... These models have personalities. These models have quirks about them. They have unpredictable outcomes. And so if you go into this with a mindset of like a skills mindset, like I've got to learn all the skills, it can get very frustrating very fast. If you sort of surf around between these ways of being, it can be a hell of a lot of fun. Okay, so let's go look at all our images. So here's the 4 curiosity images. I think that one's pretty damn good, but I think that one's the strongest of these. That feels like a really cool curiosity image. So here's drive. It went car. So that we probably need to turn into ambition, right? Here's creativity. Love that one. Love that one. Fantastic. This is critical thinking. Taste. Food, right? It went to food. So discernment might have been better there. Although that's taste as well. So that's interesting. It's kind of fashion. So here's judgment. Scales of justice. This is adaptability. Wild. And then, because I've got all these cards saved here, or I can just go to Twitter. The other thing you can do is just go to Twitter and search for SREF, S-R-E-F, and just scroll till you find something you like. Boobies. Got to move quickly past that or they will cancel your ass. Oh, I like that black and white. SREF. So here's a big long SREF. All right. So let's go back to MidJourney. We'll do adaptability. Adaptanility. See what this looks like with the new thing. Okay, so we've basically learned one command and one way of using style references, one way of using MidJourney. We haven't even started yet on prompting for something specific. Right now we're just kind of playing, right? So you can imagine how quickly you can blow through 5 or 6 hours or 5 or 6 days or 5 or 6 weeks with these tools. Because every AI tool, every song generation tool, every image generation tool, every video tool, ChatGPT, code interpreter, all the different modes of ChatGPT, Claude, whatever they called, Claude's artifacts, where it can make a game for you. It codes the game and then lets you play it right there in the window. Every one of these tools is essentially an endless number of rabbit holes you can run down. I mean, these are gorgeous. Look at these. I don't know what that says. I don't quite know. These don't really say adaptability to me, but this is where that style reference got really strong. Now, here's another thing you can do. This is also where we go back through taste. You could say, okay, I really like the aesthetic of these, but car's wrong, right? So you got to fix that. The aesthetic of this actually feels different, right? That feels like cutout paper. That feels kind of in the same neighborhood. So, like, just even being able to choose what are the images here in this one style that are related. Here's another thing you can do. Let's do critical thinking is our term. Critical thinking is our prompt. And then I'm going to go -- sref random. And it's just going to pick one. Oh no. I just got rid of myself. There I am. I'm back. Could never have enough me. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta. Ooh, that's cool. So that's sref whatever. That's crazy. Very Hamlet. It's very Hamlet. Alas, Yorick, I knew him. And then if I do critical thinking, let's see. How do I do this? Copy. So we'll do critical thinking. We'll go -- sref, random. I'm going to select all of this, copy it, and now I'm just going to do return. And then I'm going to do paste, return, paste, return, paste, return, paste, return. So now it's going to go make a whole shit pile of images about critical thinking with a bunch of different random style references. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try something new. I'm going to go click over on these little dials, these little slider buttons, and I'm going to put stylization up about halfway, and I'm going to put weirdness like to 2400. We're going to get really weird. And then I'm going to do variety. So variety will change the 4 of them. Weirdness, I guess we'll just make it weird. It'll go farther away from the prompt. And then stylization, I guess, makes it more styly. So now I'm going to do paste, critical thinking, sref random, 3, 4, 5. So now I'm going to have, 20 images with the new sliders. So now there's a whole shit pile of new images, right? So there's that one. That sref kind of has some 90s, 90s cartoon aesthetic to it. There's like the 80s neon punk. There's like a Japanese children's book illustration style. That's like, I don't know, some weird illustration. So let's see. Now, stylize 0. Okay, so starting here is where we put in the weirdness and the high style. So look at the weirdness it's doing there. Now it's giving us some weird shit. It's giving us some non-weird shit, but it's giving us weird shit. This is essentially with no prompt and just fucking with stuff. That's cool. It's all critical thinking. Is this MidJourney? Yep, this is MidJourney. We're in the web interface of MidJourney. Now look at the difference. So if I were doing a PowerPoint presentation for a big corporation, that's kind of a cool image for critical thinking, right? That feels kind of corporate-y. It's definitely safe. Some of these others are more arty, right? Like that's more arty. You could put that in a corporate presentation, but they'd be like, I think Sam's been smoking some of the wacky weed, if you know what I mean. Those images in his PowerPoint presentation were crazy. You see why I can't work in a corporation, people? This is where judgment, taste comes in. So yeah, so like actually, taste, to me, taste or discernment says this thing's beautiful. This is a keeper. Judgment says they might think I'm weird in my corporation. So I'm going to go with something like that that's safer, right? There's your difference between taste and judgment. Now we haven't even gotten into now we go find an image that we like. Let's go find an image that we like. That one's kind of cool. Sort of looks like a face. Love that one. Restricted for some audiences. I don't know. What did I just say? Live visibility is restricted. What did I say? Anyone? I can't win. I think discernment is sorting things out. This is such and such. I think judgment is saying it's nothing. Maybe the brains? I don't know. Smoking? Maybe. Is it because I just got in here? Way to go, Becky. Way to go, Becky. You know, we were doing fine in here. You show up and the thing gets restricted. You are lost in ADHD time and space. It's Becky's fault. Yeah, listen, this is judgment. Here's what's important in corporate America. Figure out whose fault it is. Make sure that they get the blame and you don't, okay? These are the lessons we learn here. But we love Becky anyway. Wacky Becky. Okay. So let me go find an image here. That one's kind of cool, isn't it? What's in those? I think I want this image. I think that image speaks to me. Okay, now, in MidJourney, let me see if I can make these bigger so you can see them. There are creation actions. Oh, and I just hit one of them. More options. Can I give myself more options? Oh, remix, pan, zoom. Oh, that's cool. Zoom, pan. Oh, this is so cool. I'm going to turn all these on. Okay. So we've got, that's not the image we wanted, is it? No. That is. That's our image. So you've got vary, upscale, remix, pan, zoom, rerun, editor, so you can actually edit MidJourney images and then use an image, a style, or a prompt on it. Oh, I said Sam is smoking the wacky weed. Seriously, TikTok? Sam is smoking the wacky weed. Gets us age restricted? God, fucking really? All right, Becky, it wasn't your fault. I said wacky weed. Okay. The image that MidJourney creates is a small image. But you can upscale it, which is cool. But you can also do all sorts of other things. So one thing is, I can vary it. So I can say, I want variations of this image. And I can either vary them subtly, like maybe there's just something about it I don't quite like and I want to see subtle changes. No, honey, I don't want to eat right now. I'm busy watching a guy fiddle with UI settings. Shut up! Or I can say very strong. So if I click on that and I jump back out to create, it's making 4 new images now that are going to be variations of our lady. That one's got sort of cool things in the background here, but I don't like the composition. Hate that. Don't like that. None of these are as good. Fine. So then you learn. So here's a discernment moment. Then you can say upscale, creative, or subtle. So upscale, creative is generally what I use. So that's now going to make a bigger version of this. You can remix it. You can pan left and right. You can zoom out. So if I zoom out 1.5, we should see all of her head. We'll see more image around this image. So here's our upscaled version being created. I think this is our zoom out. Yeah, so now you see we've got sky over the top of her head. Oh, all these have a cool city in the background. Did the original? Sort of, but not really. You couldn't see it as much. That's fascinating. This one, there's a city here, but because it kind of goes off the edge, you don't see it as a city. Whereas this one, because it added this on the outside, you kind of see it as a distinct thing here. It draws your eye there. So that's pretty cool. So let's say we find one of these we really like. I like this one. And now I can upscale this one, upscale creative, and go back out. And now that's going to make a high-res version of that one. So going back to this little list, we're kind of flipping between all of these very, very quickly with generative AI. And I'm just using like the barely scratching the surface of a single tool here. Now imagine, say, let's start in ChatGPT, then we'll come over to MidJourney and make images, then we'll go over to this thing and make a song, then we'll go over to that thing and make a video out of it, then we'll go back to PowerPoint and add some of those things into the PowerPoint, then we'll go back to ChatGPT. Our ability to quickly context switch between modes of how we're acting and which of these aptitudes we're digging into is the skill. So, anyway. So there's our final image. Let's download this bad boy. Oh, see, that's not a city. It's trees. We could actually go fix that. But that's pretty amazing. Like, that's pretty something. From nothing, no real prompting, a little bit of knowledge, a lot of curiosity and drive and adaptability and creativity. And if anyone tells you that AI art is an art, think about the amount of input and creativity that went into that. Even though we're not generating the images themselves, figuring out how to generate the image, figuring out, creating a bunch of stuff and then figuring out what in that looks like what you have in your head or that resonates with you. A whole lot of Kyle and his help. So grateful. Ooh, RX, I didn't see you last night. Thank you so much for the gifts. I minoxidiled this morning. I pink scalped. I don't know if you saw me in my pink bow last night, but if you did not, you missed a very special sight. But thank you very much for all of that. Very, very generous of you. I really appreciate it. You're very cool, Mel. I appreciate it a lot. All right, let me back out of this now. Let's just talk. So tell me, A, was that useful? B, any insights? I'd love to hear if there's any insights. C, Kyle, don't ever do that again. That's fine. I'll take that feedback too. Oh, man. There's plenty of evidence of Kyle in the pink bow. I'll go get the fucking pink bow right now. You know what? Since Mel's here, Champy, take care of them. All right. Time to get serious. Silverfox kept me up to date. We were working. Sorry I missed it. You're so welcome and thank you. Anyway, so first of all, look how it brings the hair to life. You know? Okay, so MidJourney. We made this lovely high-res image here with maximal creativity, minimal input. That's one of the magic one of the pieces of magic of generative AI is you put in this much effort and you get out this much value. Again, one of the things that makes me happy in my life is knowing that someone's going to be scrolling through TikTok and see this and go, "What the fuck is that?" Oh man, I got a virtual speaking gig. I'm thinking visuals equals distraction. I don't use them on stage. Thoughts? I go visuals. I go the other direction. I put up visuals like that. I usually put a word or two. Not a lot of words, just more visuals, but that's definitely a taste thing. If you find visuals distracting, I would not use them. Ba-da-da-da. All right. Thoughts? You need a pink fuzzy robe too. I'm gonna get a pink fuzzy mankini. Can you do one with an existing image? Do one what? I don't know what you mean, can I do one with an existing image? Can I do a MidJourney thing with an existing image? You can marry different images together. I can show you how to do that. All right. I wish there was an option in MidJourney to base an image on an existing one, if that makes sense. I think you can. I'm not super good at this. Dr. J in here is actually better at this than I am. But let's go back out. So we're going to go to create. So I'm back out on the create thing. So there's this image thing right here. And so these are images that I've uploaded. Let's say we grab this one. And there's 3 different modes that you can put it in. Let me see if I can make this bigger. So there's image mode, there's style mode, and then there's character reference. So if I put a person in here and I use character reference, then it'll be a character reference. If I use style, it'll take the style of this. And if I use image, it'll take this basic image. And then let's see if I say plane flying through a barren landscape. We'll see what it does. This is where experimenting with this stuff's really important. I also have my settings really weird here. I have my weird setting really high and my stylize really high. So let me go lower those. So there's my settings there. I'm going to lower those and lower variety. And then we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to get that same image, put that there, and then we're going to grab plane flying through a barren landscape. But you'll notice now I've kind of remixed the original into these things that have the plane flying through the space. You can also, let's see what it does with when I lowered the weirdness. Yeah, they're more consistent. They're more consistently like that original. So here's the original. Can I see this? There's the original. So they're in the hood. They changed the style a bit. But now what I could also do is I could make this the style reference, and then I could add another image of, let's say, this one. So this is sort of like this brain thing, but let's say I want the style of this one, but the composition of that one, I'd say brain floating, or brain suspended. And I don't even know, I probably don't even need to put a prompt in there, to be quite honest. So this should give me the style of this guy and the, you know, look and feel of that guy. And yeah, looks like we're in the neighborhood. Crazy, right? Bonkers, I tell you, bonkers. So it's picked up the color palette, it's picked up some of the gradients, a little bit of the style. There's also, you can do style weights. There's just, like I said, the thing with MidJourney is, because it's been around for years, you can go deep with any one of these. But what I would encourage you to do, this is why one of the things that we talk about in the AI Salon is play first. Play with these tools. Kick the tires. Don't get too precious about feeling like you have to learn everything. Honestly, I feel like with single word prompts and sref random, or just picking a style reference from Twitter, you could probably spend a month in MidJourney and do nothing else but that and come up with remarkable work. Remarkable work. So, so imagine if you wanted to dig deep. With any one of these AI tools, you can skim the surface and get really interesting results, or you can really dive deep in them. Question, please, do you think GPT would be cryptocurrency, and should we invest in it? GPT is not cryptocurrency. WorldCoin is Sam Altman's cryptocurrency for universal basic income, and World ID is basically an NFT based identity system for human verification. I don't know if that's going to be the winner, but they were out there first. Did that help with MidJourney? MidJourney goes deep. Goes deep. Is everything on MidJourney public? Yes and no. You can create your own. If you go to Discord, if you're a Discord fan, you can add MidJourney into a private channel that you've got on your own Discord server, and then no one will see your stuff. But I think you have to pay $60 a month. It's the third tier subscription with MidJourney before you can actually make your shit private. But if you want to make your shit private, you can. You just got to pay for it. Excellent. We love the MidJourney Jam. Fantastic. I'd have to figure out what platform they're using. Purple is the color, so that's a good idea. Look at me playing with I'm going to have so many hairs sprouting out of here, it's going to be like a whole nother being. I'm going to be like, hey, what's happening? Hello. My hair was particularly weird today. Although it's fine tonight. All day today, I kept seeing myself on camera going, ugh. What do you want to do? What do you want to talk about? What time is it? Is it time? Got a few minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. Oops. That's a pretty cool image. LTX contest. I don't know anything about it, Brandon. I didn't pay enough attention to it. So I think when's the deadline? Is the deadline today? Data analytics programs, what's new in that world? I don't know, Mel. On data analytics, it's probably worth playing around with Claude. But I think the data analytics that's in ChatGPT is still your best bet. But I don't know. I haven't played around with that stuff in a while. Extended details in irregulars. Okay, so if you're new here, you should. Where's my? You should go check out the Salon. So if you go to the salon.ai, right there, go there. That's going to take you to a website. And if you scroll down a little bit, there's a button that says Join Our Community. And if you go to the AI Salon community and you join that, it's a whole community of AI optimists, people that are trying to figure this stuff out. I just came from a group called AI Camp. How did I not know about this before? I don't know. With a name like yours, like why you didn't come up with AI Camp with a K? You missed it. You missed it, Kelly. That's just disappointing. What can I say? That was so obvious. It was right there. It was right there. It was literally like on a paper plate at a barbecue. All you had to do was pick it up like a burger and snack on it. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. Anyway. We pick on her because we love her. So if you jump over here to the Salon, you'll notice that there's a little 6-step get started sequence. And the first one is check out about the Salon, read about the journey to AI literacy, play first, mindfully create, generously lead. Then the second step, number 2, most important thing when you get here, introduce yourself. Jump into the Introduce Yourself channel, introduce yourself, then read about our values. Then you can catch up on past meetings, see what we've been up to, what we're about. You can RSVP for the next event, and then you can go check out the water cooler where you can just talk about shit. So that's getting started. And then there's all sorts of things. There's a community section, there's show and tell area, there are guilds for creativity, business, technology, and social impact, and there are also clubs. So one of the clubs is AI Life Hacks with Brandon and Claire, who are in here tonight. And then one of them is AI Learning Lab Irregulars. This is a little club just for us. And so you can hop in here. Oh, that's cool. Rediscovered. We got an old GPT I made called Animal Gamate. Nice. Oh, that's beautiful. Owlbear. MidJourney 6.1. Prompt, curiosity, sref. Beautiful. Look at that. I mean, you know, here's another thing. Whenever anyone tells you that AI can't be creative because it's just a cold probability engine and it's just predicting the next token and there can be nothing creative about that, horse shit. If I was thought about doing a business presentation, right? And I thought about what images could I use for the phrase curiosity. Thanks for walking us through that, Kyle. You're welcome. I would go to all the cliche shit. Like as a human, I would just go, okay, curiosity. It should be a light bulb and right? You do, and then you go to like Google and you do an image search for curiosity, and then you click on the images tab. And what everyone has done for all of time when they want to talk about curiosity or ideas is they do a light bulb. Thanks, Thomas Edison. Imagine if you took an extra 3 minutes. If you knew about this tool called MidJourney, rather than going and looking for stock photos, you went and you just dicked around with style references until you found a style you liked. And then you end up with an image like this for the word curiosity. You tell me that's not creative. I think that's pretty staggering. And imagine having similarly creative images for all those other words, but in this really cool black and white style. Keep scrolling, lol. MidJourney chat was general chaos. That's beautiful. SpaceX. Oh, Lordy. Yeah, it's me in my pink robe. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, I tell you. It's beautimous. It's beautimous. I found out another AI image generator that's pretty good and it's free right now. Is that what's it called? It's called Loud Me or Lewd Me. It's supposed to be. It's Loud Me. How do I get back? Oh, those are my sound effects. How do I get back to my music? We've updated our website. Please refresh. Well, aren't you fancy? Oh, they did update their website.
Wandering through the shadows of an endless open field, searching for the whispers of what the heart conceals.
So this is a song about AI. So I wrote, the prompt is male singing a soulful Americana singer-songwriter song in the style of Martin Sexton about a man exploring the latent space and discovering the collective intelligence of humanity. So it totally missed on the man singing part, but it's actually a really good song, and it's singing about the latent space. So I'll just let it play.
Wandering through the shadows of an endless of what the heart conceals. In the quiet of the twilight, where the ancient stories rest, found myself a spark of light within the world's vast chest. Found the symphony. Every mind has one in the silent night. The frontiers begun. Voices of the ages dancing in the wind. Every soul connected in the spaces deep within.
So that's Loud Me. So it sounds kind of like Suno. It also does sound effects, and it's all free right now. So, all right, absolutely stunning. What was absolutely stunning? I can't stop looking at it. What are you looking at, Mel? It's curative. Loudme.ai, yep. My image. Oh, I know. It's amazing. For curiosity. Can I make that bigger? No. How do I... Original image. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean... MidJourney's just bonkers, isn't it? MidJourney images are so rich with layers and layers of texture and color and character. They really are. There's just something about whatever they did in building their training sets or whatever they did in the magic fucking prompting they're doing on the back end. There's just something different about how these images hit. And let me tell you something. When MidJourney comes out with video, where you can turn any MidJourney image into a video natively within MidJourney, they're going to mop the floor with the competition. I also think they stand the highest risk of getting their asses sued from here to oblivion. But, you know, that's a whole different conversation. But yeah, that image representing curiosity is just fucking brilliant. It's so good. Is video in the works for MidJourney? Apparently it is, yes. Not curative, but a cure. A live, curated, creative. You know, the other thing that I'll show you, so we went to MidJourney and we went through all that, we went through a handful of interface items, a handful of features. Like, we didn't even begin to scratch the surface. I showed this the other night, but this site is Decoher.ai. And if you go to Decoher and click on the Explore tab at the top, this is another way to explore image generation. Aptitude Edition is multitasking. That's a good one, Corey. Let me add that. I'm also going to put in here horizontal thinking, which I might do an updated version of this article once I figure out what these aptitudes are, what these components are. Anyway, back to Decoher. So what you're actually looking at right here is, this is not dissimilar to what we saw in MidJourney, where this is a site that can make images. They're not as good as MidJourney's. You can see they've got a bit more of a illustration-y kind of feel to them. But you don't need to do any prompting on this site. So I can say, oh, I like this owl with a saxophone. And they've got this feature called Create Station. And if I click on Create Station, what it's going to do is it's going to take that image as the seed, and then it's going to create this new channel where all of the images generated here are based on that image. And so now I just sit back and I watch. And if I'm generating characters, here's a bunch of characters coming in. Oh, there's a cool cat. Oh, here's a witch. Oh, there's a goddess. Here's a cool tree with a dude contemplating life in the wisdom tree. Hey, Ann Murphy. And I can share this station with you, and you could come see all these same images, and we could like a way that you could collaborate with a creative team is just to keep jumping into these images and turning each one into a new station, and just keep running down creative rabbit holes without thinking. Passive creativity. Fucking bonkers. I mean, look at that. You're trying to come up with a concept for some kids' book you're putting together or for a presentation. Basically, what you're doing when you're tapping into tools like these is, you know, the critics to this AI stuff are like, oh, they're thieving. That's all. That's, you know, that's someone else's IP. Well, it's an amalgamation of like all the IP. It's not dissimilar to how our brains work, right? You go to school so that you ingest all these different concepts, all these different ideas. If I go to school and all I study is pop art from the 1980s, Keith Haring and Andy Warhol and Lichtenstein and all those guys, the art that I'm going to make is going to be inspired by that, because that's what I put into my latent space, into my cranium. And so these tools have been trained on like all of it. And so if I want to just pop back out to the Explore tab, okay, here's a cool machine. Let's create a station for that. Now we're getting all sorts of weird, wacky-ass machines. But I'm not doing a sci-fi film, so screw that. I'll go out and I'll say, I want a shitty car. Let's create a station out of the shitty car. The economy Mercedes. And I have no idea what this prompt could possibly be that's got anime girls and cars and monsters. It's bizarre. So go back out. Create station out of her. Raw authenticity, yeah, collective intelligence. Yeah, it's weird. It's the way I think about all of these models, whether it's ChatGPT or the image models or the video models. Think about a library. Like, if you've ever been to New York City at the main public library on 5th Avenue and 42nd Street, it is a staggeringly powerful building, and the amount of knowledge that it represents is insane. One of my favorite things to do when I lived in New York City, one of my favorite things to do was to go into the reading room at the New York City Public Library, which was like cathedral-like, and just sit in that room and do work on a screenplay, or, you know, work on, if I was doing a play, you know, learn my lines in there. Because you were surrounded, you were immersed in all this knowledge. But what's funny is you were not immersed in all that knowledge. What you were immersed in was the potential for knowledge, right? If you went to the library enough, and if you read enough of the books and got them into your gray matter, it would turn from information into knowledge. What machine learning has done with these generative AI models based on the transformer is it's actually taken the knowledge of the world and compressed it into a thing that lets us access it instantly, whatever we want in the moment. That's fucking staggering. If you think about what a library is, and over thousands of years, how you got shit out of the library and into your head took decades. If you were really committed to it, you could pick one topic and read a book a week on that topic for the rest of your life, and you'd get really good at that one topic. And now, I can hop into ChatGPT. I'd like you to educate me on an ancient civilization that is completely obscure that I will have never heard of. So give me 5 options.
Response 1. Obscure ancient civilizations. Date August 28, 2024. Here are 5 obscure ancient civilizations that are lesser known and might pique your interest. Elamite civilization, 2700 to 539 BCE, situated in what is now southwestern Iran.
Right? So I could pick one of those obscure civilizations and in the next 15 minutes be completely educated on that. I could visualize it. I could probably find musical genres and inspirations from that civilization, probably generate music that's similar to that music. I could make videos that bring that civilization to life. How long would that take in the library? Like, would you even do it? Maybe if you were a anthropologist and you were really into it. Now we can just casually interact with stuff that right now is at the level of like maybe a bachelor, college student or a high school student, makes a lot of mistakes. But within the next 3 months, when this Project Orion, this strawberry reasoning engine from OpenAI comes out, we're going to have the equivalent of PhD level expertise at any fucking thing we want to learn about or anything we want to do or interact with. So if I look at generative AI on that scale, on a humanity scale, the rage and angst of, they took my art and didn't pay me for it. I understand it. I understand the frustration. But the greater good here is so significantly more profound than any of the individual pieces of it. And if you understand how the technology actually works, the individual pieces cease to exist. You can reconstruct things that are kind of like them. It's bonkers. Bonkers. I say this a lot, and I don't think I say it enough. Do you get how fucking astounding it is that we're alive at this moment in history. This is literally like being alive when they rolled out the first printing press. And like all of your buddies were monks that spent years carefully learning how to draw letters in perfect alignment so that they could write out the Bible. And then someone rolls out this giant machine that perfectly prints page after page after page of the Bible. What took a monk a year to do could now be recreated in a week. Or imagine seeing the first tractor when all you know are horses, and you know everything there is to know about farming with horses, and someone rolls this giant metal machine, loud, stinky machine, and you actually look at it and you actually go, holy shit, we're not going to need horses to do this anymore. And all the horse people are like, how dare you, you fucking asshole, you heretic. No horses. That's my livelihood. We get to be here when this is happening. Staggering. And there's people that are, sitting back, crossing their arms. Well, it's not, it's not ethical. It's not this. It's not that. And? I don't disagree. But even if they're right, it's not going away. It's not going away. So you might as well jump in. The water's fine. Crazy. Zero prompting. Singularity is near. It is. Tonight was great. A true learning lab night. Thank you, Janu. Is this that same Decoher channel? I've created like 4 different stations. I see something I like and I just... But I mean, this is... we're creating original images right now. Passively. We're going to be the last pure humans this century. We are, Cosmic Lover. I appreciated you showing the station.ai navigation. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, it's decohere.ai, but the feature is called stations. Like a radio station. It's just playing the, it's playing the, well, in this case, it's actually generating the songs or the pictures. So imagine the music version of this. You could actually do this right now. If assuming that UDO or Suno has an API, you could create a radio station, an app that's a radio station that just generates original music. And so all day you're just listening to music. Yeah, exactly, Ulu. Exactly, Mel. It's like giving a style of music, rap, hip-hop, etc. I want to show Decoher to my neighbor who manages copyrights for the Dallas Museum of Art. Yeah, exactly. Quite frankly, imagine a room in the museum, Source Camp, that is 20 screens of Decoher. So you get an artist, or like this channel. Here's what you pitch to them, Source Camp. Pitch to your friend at the Dallas Art Museum. Give us a room with 20 monitors in it, 20 big ass monitors, and a projection wall. And this community is going to curate 20 stations. And this exhibit is just going to be these rolling original images, and by every monitor is a big QR code. And where the QR code takes you is to that station. And so I, as a viewer, can now say, ooh, I love this panel of art. And I can tap into that station, and then I can start making my own stations based on the art from the museum. Decoher DJs, exactly, Ann Murphy, exactly. Yeah, you could change out the DJs. Once a month, you change out the DJ, and the DJ comes in and curates a whole new set of these things. Why the fuck not? You know, if anything, a museum should be exploring the shit out of this. Turn that into the station. You know, and you could also, if you go to the create mode in Decoher, you can just roll the dice and it instantly generates images based on whatever the prompt is. So you can type prompts, but you can also just roll the dice. And I don't have a paid subscription right now, but if you have a paid subscription, you can turn any of these images into a station. So I could literally just sit here. You could do this in real time. You know what would be amazing, Source Camp? You do that room, that room could have different modes. One mode could be high art, right? Where it's, you know, you bring in a real artist and this and that. You could have a mode in that you could, in that same room, do a children's day where the children get to come in and they get to roll the dice on prompts and say, oh, I like this. Let's turn that into, so one of the screens gets, you know, a station based on these doggy images. And then they just keep rolling the dice. And there's shrimp pizza. That's boring. And that's fine, but whatever. That's kind of interesting, but next. Okay, that's good. I like that. So let's just go, yeah, let's create a station based on that. The Museum of AI History. In this wing is our six-finger collection from the early 2023s. Exactly, Brandon. Exactly. Just fucking experience this AI shit. Just experience it. Everyone fucking pontificating about the validity of it. Is it art? Is it this? Is it that? Is it theft? Is it plagiarism? Fucking use it. It's not going away. I'm doing no prompt engineering here, by the way. None. I'm rolling the dice. I'm literally rolling the dice. Imagine if you tried. What this stuff makes possible is just Anyway, all right. Enough blabbing. I've been blabbing. You're welcome. Look at that hair. Good Lord, that's gorgeous. Mel, you still in here? Huh? Your product is working. Look at, good Lord, that's fantastic. Fucking awesome. Looks like something a climber would be intimidated by. Oh my Lord. All right. Let's get a little more serious here, shall we? By the way, Mel, these headbands, very toasty. The pink bunny. So cutesy. It's a winter item. It is. This would be good for winter, right? It's not good for right now. You need to put that on every night for romper room. All right, let's get out of here. All right, that's good. So, if you enjoyed tonight, follow my channel, subscribe to the lives. Those support me directly. What you can do to support yourself and to support this community, let me get these back on, is join the AI Salon. Join the salon, the salon.ai, and keep coming back here night after night. You're like, well, why would I do that? You're wearing a fucking pink bow, you goddamn weirdo. Because it's not about me. It's about this community. It's about all of us trying to figure out, what are we going to do? What are we going to do with our lives? What are we going to do in the time that this channel's existed? The staggering improvement of just image generation models. Like the fact that we could, that Decoher thing where I'm literally rolling the dice and it's just spinning up new concepts, or I'm, picking an image out of the cascading images that other people are creating, and I just pick one and I say, turn that into a station for me. A year ago, that would have been like, that's not possible. Creating one image takes 2 minutes, and then it took 30 seconds. And now it's like real time. As you're typing the prompt, it's generating the image. And you look at MidJourney, which went from crazy-ass, fucked-up faces, weird-ass hands to... that image. Claire's Curiosity. Curiosity hippie chick. It's like in a year. Sometime in the next 3 months, OpenAI is going to drop something that changes everything. Where these AI tools go from, they're kind of janky and they kind of don't work, to it's going to reason. And then I think it'll be quickly followed by agentic behavior, where it can not only reason, but it can take action on your behalf. What do we do in that world? I don't know. Like, I don't have a fucking clue. I can barely get my head around MidJourney. I can barely get my head around ChatGPT 4. And I fucking think about this shit 24/7. I can barely process it. So why you show up here, why you join the AI Salon, is because no one's going to be able to figure this out on their own. We're all going to have to collaborate. We're all going to have to help each other. We're all going to have to like go, yeah, this is important. We actually need this stuff. We actually need to look at it this way and that way, and don't be afraid of it, but respect it. Like a table saw. Have you ever used a table saw? Incredibly powerful tools. They're scary as fuck. They will take your finger off. You got to respect them and then learn how to use them, and it'll change your life in woodworking. Well, that's these things with all of the brainy work. All of it. And then once these things get into robots, which 20 fucking companies are working on, and have reasoning, then it's going to start doing the physical labor. What are we going to do? I don't fucking know. But I'll tell you what. I would much rather be in this community trying to figure it out together than on my own just going, this is kind of weird. I guess I probably should have paid attention to that a couple of years ago, huh? Like, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want any of you to be that guy. Anyway. All right. Let's get out of here. Romper Room. Thank you, irregulars. Thank you, mods. I know these nights are tough to mod because I'm so focused on playing. My neighbor with Parkinson's just bought an AI exoskeleton. Technology is going to help so many people. I'm telling you, man, like the amount of accessibility that the world is about to, it's just going to be like, I don't want to use the word gifted, but it's effectively being gifted on the world. Just accessibility from sight to speech to mobility to memories to loneliness. Staggering stuff coming. All right. See, now I got myself all fucking worked up, you weirdos. All right. Let's see. Kakif, good to see you. Joey, Rachel Sparkles. Possibilities are endless. Be not afraid. Thank you, Danielle. As always. Let's see. Abundance. Flow Manifestation. Nice name. Dig it. I want to learn how to use AI to create more videos with inspiration. Beautiful. We can play with that tomorrow. Inspiration manifestation. Super easy to do now. Doing good storytelling is still a bit hard, but you know. Silver Fox, great to see you. Janu, good to see you. Cosmic Lover, Source Camp. So we have a wing in the Dallas Art Museum. Is that what you're telling us, Kelly? Corey Sandler Pottery, have a good one. Deal of the day, great to see you. Daisy May, thanks for coming. I have come here for osmosis learning. That is it. I'm not teaching you shit. This is about taking this time for yourself to play while I play. And occasionally something I say may squirt in your head, or something someone posts in a comment may squirt in your head. But this is really about you creating the space for yourself to be in this conversation. Kyle mentioned the salon and how you should join again, please. So go to the salon.ai. That'll take you to our website. Scroll down. There's a button that says Join Our Community. Click on that button. It'll take you into step 1 of a 6-step kind of welcome experience that we designed. It's really fun. Doesn't cost you anything. Step 1 is learn about the salon and the journey to AI literacy that you experience if you jump into this party. And then there's just six little steps to do. They're all easy. And you'll get to know who we are and what we're about. Dr. J in the house. Tobias in the house. Great to see you. Joy Purdy, as always. Silver Fox. Marina, she recalled. Tech. Script Rhythm. Nice name. Like that name. I got Storyvine. You've got Script Rhythm. Teton AI, thank you so much. Appreciate the gift. All right. I'm going to get out of here. Ann Murphy, good to see you. Becky Rue, good to see you. It was very close for you, ruining our whole night, Becky. You got us age restricted. Turns out it wasn't you, but that's not the point. Just, you mind your P's and your Q's and your ruse. Kyle, mention Pete's Learn and Do. Meeting tomorrow. Okay, so when you go to the salon, in the guilds, there's one of the guilds in the tech collection is Learn and Do with Peter Kaminsky. He is a saintly, patient, intelligent man who will teach you how to use MidJourney, teach you how to program. So Learn and Do with Peter is one of the guilds within the salon. You should be hanging out in there. So it sounds like tomorrow at 4 p.m. Mountain Time is the next meeting with Learn and Do with Peter. So go check that out. The salon, the tech area. All right, everybody. I'm out of here. Tuesday night. I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you had fun. Hope you learned something. Hope my pontificating wasn't too pontificatey. But, take in the moment we're in. We never, ever get to experience being at the beginning of this ever again. We're going to look back on these days with nostalgia. Remember when we had to have a human in the loop? Remember when they made mistakes? Remember those funny hands? Take all this in. Take it in. Talk about it. Learn out loud. Don't let people intimidate you. I'm so sick of you talking about AI. Fuck those people. Talk about it anyway. You should, that face they make, AI, that face should start to make you happy inside. Because you know you're doing the right thing. Don't take that as an affront. Don't take it personally. Just take it like, I'm going to win them over. They'll be back. They'll be back. Maybe I can win them over this weekend. AI. Hey, you want to see something cool? Not if it's AI. Here, you want to see this? Look. Show them Decoher stations. Oh, what's that? Is that some sort of library of images made by AI? No, it's making them right now. You want to make one with your words? Oh, I can do that? Oh, isn't that clever? It can do that? Oh, my. Get them to have their first Kevin McAllister moment. Fuck them. Understand what they're afraid about, and then show them something cool. Sally, it's Thursday night. It's ladies' night at the Fridays, and we just want to enjoy our jalapeno poppers and have a volcano margarita, if you know what I mean. Okay, can we not talk about AI this time, please? Okay, talk about it anyway. I'm slobbering all over myself. I'm so excited to get Marge and her jalapeno poppers, to get her to spill her margarita all over her jalapeno poppers, because she's so blown away by AI. That's my dream for the world. Why isn't anyone into AI? We're just early. And it's there's just a lot of reasons. People think they need to be more technical than they actually need to be. People are afraid of it because of Hollywood told us the robots are going to kill us. There are some very real ethical questions and concerns. there is some very real, this is going to fuck up what we call work. It's also going to reinvent what we call work and make some remarkable new things possible. But that's, you know, so people are just afraid of it right now. So that's just where we are. Will be a busy night tomorrow because Nvidia announces earnings tomorrow afternoon. Oh, interesting. That could be interesting, especially if there's any kind of fun announcements. Anyway, all right, I'm out of here. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Peace out.